Do you ever wonder why your kid hates you? Well, this is the video for you.
Well, first of all, they probably don't. Most likely, they're just frustrated because they didn't get a thing they wanted, or just too immature to even know what hate really is, you know? So don't take it too seriously if this is the first time you've heard it.
Or even if they're going through a rough time, you know, and you're hearing it more often than you'd like. Here are some possible reasons why they might be expressing that they hate you. If you're busy a lot, your child may be missing your attention and expressing it in that way.
If you have multiple children, they might think that you favor their sibling.
They also may be expressing themselves in this way because of some unmet needs and feeling resentment. I mean, that might even go back to the idea of them missing your attention. Some needs that are unmet, and they're expressing their frustration in that way.
Also, parents, when they're just really stressed and expressing frustration, might actually lead to teens expressing hate towards their parents. It can even happen with younger kids. I think that when we're really frustrated and upset, it can kind of get absorbed by the children.
Here's what we can do about it. So you can stop, drop, and listen to your kids. Give your child your undivided attention whenever possible. But if they're asking you a question, sort of stop what you're doing, put down distractions, and just listening attentive to them when it's reasonable to do so.
You can take the time to repair the relationship if the issue is that they're feeling not as close to you as they'd like to. You can find time to bond and really pay particular attention to how they like to bond. For instance, my first two kids were very male, and so they like to bond through shared activities. So we just did a lot of stuff together, you know, playing ball, going camping, you know, going for long drives. I've noticed with boys, they're much more likely to talk when they're on a long drive and you're not just looking at them and expecting them to talk to you, you know?
Yeah, so following up on that, you know, it's really good to follow the kids' lead in building the relationship, meet them where they are. Sometimes we'll come in with our idea of what might be fun and interrupt what the kid's already doing that's fun. Sort of join them where they are, meet them where they are, in establishing that relationship and follow their lead on the things that they like. Actually, what I thought of when we were thinking of this question was we watched this movie called The Judge the other day, and there was this one scene with Robert Downey Jr. where his little 9-year-old girl said, when he asked her, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" She said she wanted to be a race car driver. She just loved the speed, and he right away started teaching her to drive, like put him on his lap, and you know they drove in the kind of on the deserted street there. So yeah, just kind of not overlaying what they're saying they like with what you think they should like, you know?
And then be consistent and clear with boundaries. And you might wonder what this is doing in this list of what to do about it when your kids seem to hate you, but that inconsistency can be incredibly frustrating to children. If we don't have clear boundaries and the rules kind of shift from day to day, that can be super frustrating and also scary for children.
Yeah, they feel safer when they feel like they don't have to make it up all on their own. So if you're too busy sort of backing away from the boundaries in an effort to make kind of a closer relationship, that's just like kind of frightening to them, because it's like, I don't know how to do all this, you know, why aren't you doing your part of it? So yeah, setting boundaries is super important, and even though you may get some pushback initially, it's really good for the kids, and you know, helps them feel safer. And then, you know, give your child space also to express like how they feel and listen openly. So, you know, kind of some parents say, you can tell me anything, and then when the kid tells them something, it's like all of a sudden you're reacting like, what? You know? But no, give them space to really be honest with you, and you know, work on your poker face and listen attentively, so that they know that they can share things with you.
Yeah, and if they need help, guide them through rephrasing their statements. right? So they may say, I hate you, but maybe what they're trying to say is they're really angry because you didn't give them a cookie. So what could they say instead?
Well, if the parent, like the kid says, I hate you, and you understand it has to do with something else, you might even just acknowledge their feeling. Like, I know you're angry that I won't, let you have another cookie. Help them rephrase it, and you rephrase and then help them really express what they're saying. It's not necessarily hate, but, maybe it's anger, And in the NVC way, you might sort of sense their feelings, a little bit. Like, are you feeling angry? Because I won't let you have the cookie. Are you needing more kind of independence? Would you like to maybe choose the time, anytime after dinner, that you're going to get this treat? You put some parameters around there that have to do with like what you think is best for them. Maybe the treats happen after dinner, but you give them a little bit of autonomy in choosing, what time after dinner they're going to have that treat. So.
And maybe you help them to express that it's really hard to not get what they want, but they're just disappointed. They're not really hating you, right?
A way that you can respond if they're saying that they hate you is really just responding from what you're feeling. You saying that, wow, that really isn't feeling good for me. I'm feeling hurt and I'm needing more respect. Would you mind using other words to express that? It's okay to be real with them about what you're feeling when they say they hate you.
Maybe you suggest, I get that you're angry, but hate is not the way to label or express that.
Yeah, just to kind of explain it to them, I want us to be able to discuss our differences. I even want us to be able to learn from each other how to express our differences. Just be, again, real and authentic with them to try to get like a real conversation going.
Maybe you're just really clear that you want to hear what they have to say, because sometimes children are expressing frustration when they say, I hate you. So maybe just say, I really want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, and sometimes maybe hate is the word that they want to use at that time. And, it's still important, though, for you to not, it's a transient feeling, is that the right word? It's a feeling that will change, probably, So, just respect that they're feeling that right now and just say to them, that's okay. You're allowed to feel that way. I still love you, though, and just, allow them to say that and let them know, it's okay. It's okay for them to feel that and say that right then.
And, you're calling them transient feelings brings up an important point that I used to like to point out to my kids and still point out to my clients, that all feelings are transient. Feelings, that's the nature of feelings. They change. So even if you really don't like how you're feeling in this moment, it's okay, because if you wait a minute, you'll feel differently.
Good point. Very good point. Yeah.
Good luck to you. It's hard. Parenting's the hardest job out there. We hope you feel loved and hopeful until we see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.